Okay, knock it off too.
You keep it up for a little longer. I gotta write it down.
I'm going to talk about it for a minute. If you do not get it done, it's going to be up in Google Classroom for you to go back and get it, okay? All right. In the video we watched where it changes from one thing to another. That's a transformation, okay? There are 4 types. Those right there are test questions. 4 types of transformations. If I ask you, and this is a test question, I'll pick one of them and I'll say, what type of transformation is a translation? And you're going to tell me that it is a slide. A translation is a slide. Okay? A translation, it doesn't turn, doesn't flip, doesn't get bigger, doesn't get smaller. A translation just slides. Up, down, left, right, but it stays exactly as it is, and it slides. A reflection, that's a flip. That's that 180 degrees. You ever hold a word up in front of a mirror?
Yeah, it is. It upside down.
It's backwards, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's 180 degrees flip. If I had flipped over, I have done a translation, a reflection, I'm sorry. My thumb is on the left side. If I flip it, it becomes on the right side, right? That's a reflection. A reflection is a flip. When something flips over. Dilation. Has anybody ever went and had their eyes dilated? I know. It's funky, isn't it? Your pupils just get really big, right? It's like you don't even see your eyes anymore. All you do is just see that big pupil. A dilation is when something grows or shrinks. Doesn't move up, doesn't move down, doesn't flip, doesn't turn. It just stays exactly as it is, and it gets bigger or it gets smaller. Okay? And a rotation, that's like windshield wipers on the car. They turn it, right? A rotation is when something turns. It's got a point that won't move, but the rest of it is turning, like a windmill, a rotation. Okay? What's the degree of a circle? 360. 360, right? 180 and 180. If I turn all the way around, if I go here, that's a flip, that's a 180. If I do another flip, that's a 360, right? So if I turn all the way around, that's 360. And then we got, what's 360 divided by 4? What's 36 divided by 4? 9, right? So 360, we got 490 degrees in there. A rotation is a turn. Right there, at least one test question. When I name the translation, when I name the transformation, you got to tell me what kind it is. Okay? All right, and again, guys, this is going up in your classroom, so once again, a translation is a slide. You don't have to write all of this down. What I do need you to understand is when I'm doing a slide, I can go up or down. Tell me about what axis. We're going to be doing all of this on the coordinate planes, right? Y-axis. And what axis goes left and right? So if you don't write anything else from this page down, you have got to connect the word right with X plus. If I say right, I gotta add 2X. If I say left, I gotta subtract from X. Because if I move to my right, I am increasing. If I move to my left, I am decreasing, right?
What's the name, baby?
12. Up. What do you think it means anytime you see that word up?
Me add.
To Y. Add to Y. Because the up, you're increasing, right? But you got to remember that's that Y-axis. And down
Subtract.
from the Y. So that's Y minus. All right? You got to connect those 4 words with those 4 operations. Does that make sense so far, guys? Right, add to X. Left, subtract from X. Up, add to Y. And left, subtract from Y. Don't try to write absolutely every word. It's going up in your Google Classroom. Hmm?
I was there what we're doing for.
Okay. All right, now. The next screen on here. All right, so let's say this isn't for writing. This is for you and I to discuss what those up, down. I'm going to put this point right here. With alright. Don't want that. Okay. So if I put this point right here and I label that A, what is the problem that you're given called? What is the image that you're given called?
Isn't it called A?
Almost.
It's called the pre-image.
Right? The problem you start with, what I give you to work with, that's going to be your pre-image.
Okay.
And then the problem that you draw is going to be your image. Now, let's say that I say we're going to translate point A, and we're going to do 3 right and 2 down. What does 3 right mean I'm supposed to do?
You're supposed to go right 3 times.
I am, but what am I going to do to the X?
You're going to go down 2.
Add,
2, 3.
right? So I'm going to write that rule. X
Isn't this problem
plus 3. Where am I getting X plus 3? Where it says 3 right. Okay? Now what am I going to do to Y? It says 2 down.
You're going to subtract 2.
So Y minus.
2.
Alright, now what are the coordinates? I have 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 3.
Instead.
A, my pre-image is 3, 7. My rule is X plus 3, Y minus 2. So X plus 3, Y minus 2. What is A prime going to be?
6.
Where'd I get 6 from?
Oh, because you got 3 plus 3 and 7 minus 2, so it's 6 and 5.
Because x is 3, and I gotta add 3 more. That gives me 6.
Can we try this one right here?
We're gonna. And then when y is 7, I'm gonna say. Now, what does this little parentheses, this little apostrophe say? Y'all hate writing so much. Every time I give you one of these, I don't understand why you don't jump on learning that. Prime. That little apostrophe says prime. Instead of writing Prime, you can just do that apostrophe. And the apostrophe says prime. So A prime is 6, 5. All right, let's try our problem 1. First of all, we have the rule. You see your problem 1?
Your problem 2.
Huh?
Your problem 2.
Uh-oh. All right, now I'm on 1.
Can you do problem 1 and then we do problem 2?
Yeah, but I want you to do 1 with me. So, the first thing I see is 8 left. 8 left means what?
That you go down and go left 8 times.
Oh, that's not
left
it's like
means minus 8.
So over.
Negative 8.
So it's minus 8, except minus 8.
Left means subtract from x, right? So 8 left means
Minus 8.
minus 8. X minus 8. Well, what's 5 down going to mean then?
That you go
Y minus 8.
y minus 5.
All right, good. Okay, so now I got my rule, right? Okay, I'm going to write A. This is my, what's this called right here?
Your pre-image.
My pre-image. So on my pre-image, what's A? What's the coordinate? You don't have to see it up here. You can see it on your paper. What's that coordinate right there?
3.
No.
What? It's 2. 2, 6.
2,
6.
6. All right, what do I need to do to x?
You go minus that.
So minus 8. What do I need to do to y?
Minus 5. And then your
So my A prime
is going to be
2 minus 8.
negative. That's going to be negative 6.
6 minus 5.
1.
So A prime is left 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and up 1.
So you
All right.
want us to plot the points after we get done with it?
Yep, and you gotta label them.
So you got to do all the work for all of those, like for A and B.
What's B?
Okay, B is going to be,
Look at your paper.
it's going to be 1 and 1.
No.
Not 1 and 1, but
What is this coordinate right here on B?
5, 7 and 1.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Oh, 6 and 1.
and 1. All right. What is my rule? What do I have? What's my translation?
Minus 8.
X minus 8, Y minus. So my B prime.
It's going to be negative. It's going to be negative 2 and negative 4.
Negative 4. Give me a 1, 2, 3 just on if you're seeing where these numbers are coming from. Left 2 and down 4. B prime.
Keep that up there for a second.
We'll be doing this work on that paper. Zion, do I have you today? C is 2, 1. Let's see if you can get me my C prime, please. faster than that.
Yes, sir.
Nowhere else. Alright, what do I have to do to that two?
You gotta minus that.
And to the one?
You gotta.
Remember, always first X, second Y. So what do I get for
Let's see from.
C prime?
You got 6. It's -2.
So left 6 and down 4. Notice your image did not change at all. It didn't turn. It didn't get bigger. The shape didn't change. It didn't get smaller. All it did was slid down and left. Okay? A translation is a slide. Oops, excuse me. All right, look over at your problem 2.
I think I got this
I hope so.
one. You want us to write down the prime?
I want you to do the pre-images there. Find me your prime coordinates.
You can write these up on paper, can we?
This is your, what word did I put at the top of there?
That's your notes.
Hand up if you need help. Look on your problem too.
So like this.
Now what is -8 plus 8?
0. Zero.
-0, 8. That's your 8 prime. Doing your problem 2. So what do you gotta do to your X's? What do you do to your Y's? So A is -8, -2. A prime -8 plus 8. -8 plus 8. -2 plus 10. -2 plus 10. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8 prime. Yeah. X, Y. plus 8. Y negative 2 plus 10. So A prime negative 8 plus 8 is 0. And negative 2 plus 10 is 8. Stay on 0 and go up 8. B negative 5, negative 2. X and Y. What do you got to do to negative 5? Negative 2. Positive. Did anybody have a coordinate pick to turn in? Well, you had 2 days to get it because I gave them out on Wednesday and Thursday. And if you didn't get it, that's just another. You got 0, 8. Stay on 0. Go up to 8. 2 and 3. Go up to 8. Here's your A prime and your B prime. Yes. Bathroom right and back. Go to the bathroom and then come back. Don't go anywhere else. All right, my A.
Isn't this like the beginning of geometry?
It is a geometry. And that's what you're all going into next year. Geometry. As soon as you hit high school, your first math class is going to be geometry. So A is negative 8, negative 2. Remember, your first is X and your second is Y. Now what do we need to do to X? Add 8. What do we need to do to Y? So my A prime, negative 8 plus 8 is, and negative 2 plus 10 is, so 0 and 8, A prime right up there. B, negative 5, negative 2. Negative 5 is my X. Negative 2 is my Y. Plus 8 plus 10. Just because the coordinate changes doesn't mean that the rule changes what we're supposed to do. So B prime. 3 and 8. So right 3 and up 8. B prime. Okay? Have we got to C yet? What's the confusing part on this? What's the I just ain't getting it part? What do you think? Up, up, and up. Connect them and label.
So we don't have to do more.
Yeah, we have to do D. We're not done yet. All right, C. Add 8. Add 10. C prime.
I know how to do this already.
0 and 4. You do? Good. All right, what about last one on this one? D. -5, -6. What's my D prime going to be? +8, +10. And so write 3 up for D prime. Look at that shape.
It's the same as that.
It has to be, doesn't it? If it doesn't end up being the same shape, I've got an error somewhere. Okay? Same shape. It slid up and to the right. It didn't turn. Didn't get bigger or smaller. Didn't flip over. Look, A is on the right side. A is still on the right side, right? It just went up and to the right. All right, let's look at 3A. We're going to have to plot the points on this, so draw your pre-image first. Plot your points, draw your pre-image, and then apply your rule. What is your rule? When you look up at your problem 3A, what am I referring to when I say look at your rule? What are we doing to X? +4, and what are we doing to Y? -5. So that's my rule right there, guys. Zion, am I seeing you today? Go ahead and apply your rule when you get your pre-image drawn, and try to get your image.
We're gonna work on this today too on the ground. Right here. Cause I already got the answer for you. Right here.
Three for R. Yeah, come up on right 2 up 3. 1, 2,
We don't work on one like this anymore.
It's the same thing.
I don't get like those.
So you didn't leave it. You'll see it as we do more in our notes. Oh, no. PQRS. All right, 4/8 for my pre-image. So right 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's P. This is the pre-image. That's the right one. Gotta post your pre-image first. Alright, and then 2, 6. Right 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, there's Q. 2, 3, 1, 2, up 3. That's R. 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's S. What do we call that image?
That's pre-image.
Pre-image. That's my pre-image because that's what I'm given, right? All right.
Man, see, I'll be listening.
P is 4, 8. 4 is my X. 8 is my Y. What do I need to do to that 4? What does my rule say? X plus 4. So I have to do plus 4. What about the 8? So my P prime, 4 plus 4 gives me an 8 minus 5. So my P prime is going to be right 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and up. 1, 2. There is P prime. Yes?
When
You get your P prime?
When you go love it, that's subtracting.
Yeah. Well, it depends. If it's negative X, then it would be left. All right, what about Q? Q is 2, 6. 2 for Q prime, I got to do 2 what? Plus 4 and 6 minus 5. So Q prime is going to be, and all right, Q prime, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and up 1. Q prime. Let's talk about R. R is 2, 3. Please tell me that was on. I mean, not on. Good. All right. So plus 4 and minus 5. What is my R prime, guys? 6, negative 2. So right 6 and down 2.
Oh, Miss Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Since you just did that, I think I know how that was gonna do when they say 1 unit left. All you gonna do is just put X minus that unit.
Yeah, I'm Amari. I understand that you're running the go here, but I am not going to work on those problems until I get to them, bud.
Okay.
All right, plus 4. So that's going to give me an 8, 0 for my S prime. 8, 0. My shape is exactly the same. It just moved to the right and down. Yes? All right. I want to skip 3B. I'll probably use it as a test question, so you might want to go do it. But I want to go to problem 4 because there's something I want to look at on problem 4. Look at your rule on problem 4. Hmm? What are we going to do to the X and the Y? What does your rule say to do to the X? Nothing. The X is just going to stay because it just says X there, right? So when I'm looking, I need to plot my pre-image, 5, 3, right 3. I'm sorry, right 5, up 3, right 7, up 4, 7, and 1. That's my pre-image. So when I'm looking at P and it's 5, 3, P prime, 5 is going to stay the same, right? Because all they have here is just X. And then I have to do minus 5, negative 2. So right 5 and down 2. P prime. Work on your Q and R, please. Get your other 2 points. Okay, so what I need, when it says write the rule, I need you to write something that looks like this. These are the rules. So F was negative 5, 5, and it went F prime 1, 5. How did it change? The Y stayed the same. What happened to the X? So X. Let's look at it. Right. Okay, what coordinate do we have for Q prime? Q is 7, 4. We know X is staying the same, so Q prime has a 7 in it. What do I do to the Y? Negative 1. So 7, negative 1. And then R. 7, 1. R prime. 7 is staying the same. 1 minus 5. Negative 4. Q prime. R prime. Okay. All right, let's flip our paper over. And we are going to, let's go to problem 5. All right, here we got to write that rule. Okay, when I'm looking at how do I write the rule, I am looking at writing this coordinate, right? And all I got to do is pick A, B, C, A prime. How did A change to A prime? It moved to the what direction?
Right.
Okay. And then it moved down. How many? I'm here at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Negative 7 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And here I'm at 1 and 3. I went from a negative 7 all the way up to 0 to the 1. So from negative 7 to 0 to a positive 1. How many moves did I make? How far is that? Plot your A prime on this one, right here. Now count from this line. How many rights did it go? From -7 all the way up to +1. I'm down by 7. How many is it going to take for me to get to 0?
Oh, 7.
Okay, and then I got to go up one more.
8.
8. So we went right 8. Now I'm going from 7 down to a 3. So I'm up here at 7 and I come down to 3. Down 4. So tell me now, what do I write in here? Write 8. So that's going to be x what? Plus 8. Down 4. Y minus 4. That's writing the rules. Okay? Problems where it says write the rules, that's what your answer is going to look like. All right, let's look at your homework. Now 1 through 4, you don't even have to deal with coordinates. On 1, I have translation 1 unit left. What does 1 unit left mean? What's left? Go back to your notes. This is what kills me. You wrote it down just a little bit ago. What do your notes say about the word left? Subtract from x, right? So, this is what I want to see on your problem 1. First of all, write xy in parentheses. You're writing this just right here. Arrow x minus 1 Does it say anything about going up or down? Look at your paper. So the y stays the same. Write that on your problem 1. Now what are you going to do with each coordinate point? Every point gets moved 1 unit left. Just 1 unit left. Move x 1 unit left. And plot it. 1 unit to your left. And plot it. That's your x prime. Move all your coordinates. Write your rule. All your points, just 1 unit to the left, and then we draw. Do you have that written on your paper? Look down at your paper. All right, number 2. I have a triangle on number 2. And it is TIA. E. Write your coordinate. Now, what does it say? What are you supposed to do? Okay, so 1 unit right means x plus 1. And what does 2 units down mean? All right, do you have that written on your paper? I should see it. Now, when it comes to my coordinate, my new image, I'm going to go right 1 and down 2. And that's going to be my t prime. Right 1, down 2, b prime. Right 1, down 2. What was that supposed to be? I prime. And draw my new image. I will never understand, but I am not. Where is -3, -4 at? Left 3, down 4. I'm looking at problem 5. -1, 1. -2. -5. Draw it. U, M, and L. What's my rule going to be? All I have is 5 units up. X, Y. Am I going to do anything to X? What changes X? What moves change X? If I go left or right. Do I have a left or right up there? No. So my X is going to stay the same. What am I going to do to Y? There's your rule. Okay. Everybody goes up 5. I'm going to get a different color. Here's my U. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. U prime. L. Everybody up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. M. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. M prime. L prime. Yes? All right. I am going to go flip the paper over. 7, Q, 0, negative 1. 2 left, 1 down. What's my rule? 2 left, 1 down. Good. And y minus 1. Okay, so minus 2 minus 1. Q prime. What is 0 minus 2? And negative 1 minus 1. Negative 2. All right, D is negative 2, 2. Negative 2, negative 1. D prime. What's negative 2 minus 2? And 2 minus 1. That's your D prime. Okay? How did the shape change on problem 11? Did it move to the left or to the right? No, it just went down. So X stays the same, but it moved down how many spaces? 4. So what's my rule going to be? I have a Q up here at 0, 3. I have a Q prime down here at 0, negative 1. So what changed in my X? So that stays the same. What changed in my Y? So here's my rule. All right, I want you to try some problems. We don't have much time, but you can definitely get some time left. Not on coloring. Okay. Problems.